What? Hello?
Oh, are we not hearing
No,
audio?
no, zero sound effects from you, friend.
Great. Good start.
I married your fat sister.
All week long.
All week long. Bang gavel three times. Boom, boom, boom. So I guess might as well jump right over to yours, and I got to restart.
Well, before you do that, look at this. Is she the attorney, you think? I mean, she is done up like she is heading to
He
Burning Man any minute now.
maybe he. I'm looking for the the name is Sybil. I like that.
Yeah, I could go either way.
Oh,
But yeah, you have no audio, I guess. So
cool.
what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to mine. That is just it was live, not live anymore.
Your Honor, if we can
I'll
we
be right back.
have
Go ahead,
Kenneth
Batman.
Pat go first?
With the P?
Yes.
We're asking for someone to go
Okay.
first is
Oh, yeah,
never
we
a
can do
good
that.
thing.
That's very exciting.
Good
to see ya.
morning to you, Mr. Pack. How are you? Yeah, you look just fine. You look fine.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Fine.
All right, so you are charged with criminal trespass, and I've set that bond at $1,500, and you must stay away from the airport unless you hold a valid airline ticket, okay? You
Okay.
understand that?
How much is my bond?
Your bond is $1,500, and you
1,500.
must
I
not,
agree.
1,500.
Okay, I agree. 1,500. I got 800. The 10% of 1,500 is like 150. I can get out.
Where do you get 10% from? Where do you
My
get
mom
that?
has Social Security money for me.
Okay, all righty. Well, it's generally around 15% is what I said in my opening.
So if it's
But that's fine. So
1,500, how much would I have to pay through my mom?
I don't know. So,
I'm
Mr.
at a
Pack,
Walmart.
Mr. Pack,
Yes.
what you're gonna have to do, get your mother to contact a bonding company, and they will tell her exactly how much she has to pay to
This
get
guy.
you out of jail. All
I
right?
love this guy.
And how about this?
They didn't notice
Let's
it.
not come back. All right? You can do that at home.
Someone knows how to do Kinkaline to a haircut. I don't know.
All right. All righty. So, Mr. Pack, good luck to you, sir. Have a great day.
Good to see you, John. TK Richard,
Your Honor,
aka
Yes.
are we going
Harris.
to give him a preliminary hearing date?
I'll just put it on here.
Wow, that guy
What-
out
It's
the
a
gate.
misdemeanor, so I would do it for
Out the gate,
10.
a home run with him.
Okay. All right, Your Honor.
Good to see everybody. Hopefully,
Thank
you're having a
you.
great day.
and I'm
might
gonna
have.
appoint him an attorney.
Somebody get that man an attorney right now.
Take your name.
Two big bones to start today. Flusha.
All right, hold on.
Flusha, flusha, flusha. I like that anytime we go to a courtroom and they say, can we either have this guy first or have this guy last? It's
All
never
right.
a good thing.
Ms. Bullock, you are charged with battery. That bond is set at $3,000. Cruelty to children, that bond is set at $2,000 for a total bond of $5,000. And you may not have any contact with the minor child, Serenity Bullock, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the conditions of your bond? All righty.
Oh, she's crying.
It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I am appointing you one.
Make sure you like this
Also-
video, by the way.
Go ahead.
Serenity Bullock is my child.
I know it. It's on one.
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
G. Stephen O'Neill, everybody. Welcome to the show.
So your preliminary hearing is scheduled for October 3rd at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, of course, that preliminary hearing is automatically waived and you do not have to appear.
Can you hear me?
All right? Like I said, I have
Got you.
appointed you an attorney, get with your attorney and see.
Hey now,
I don't know if this can be modified, but I can allow
we're in
you to have
business.
contact with the child.
Dick Harris?
Thank you. Have a good luck to you, ma'am.
First guy's primping and acting crazy, talking about his mama. Second person crying because they
Your
beat
name for
someone
the
up.
record?
Olivia Crow.
Feeling a little blue.
Right, Ms. Crowe,
Looking
you
at
are
it.
charged with theft by receiving stolen property. That bond is set at $2,000. BGCSA, that bond is set at $2,000. That's violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. That bond is set at $2,000. Possession of drug-related object, $500. Tampering with evidence, $1,000, for a total bond of $4,500.
Not bad. The first guy was like, 10%. I got that. She's like, where'd you get 10% from? I said 15%. My mom's holding on to my social security check for me.
And you must not violate any laws about bond. Do you understand your charges, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And it appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I have appointed one to you.
I like that we bring the women in
Date is scheduled for October
and we
3rd
give them,
at 8:30
strip
a.m.
club
Good luck to you,
lighting.
ma'am.
you
It's
know,
so
so
odd.
they all look all right. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? Look all right. Except for her. Low hanging fruit, everybody.
Your name for the
It's
record?
cold.
Ashley Joyner.
Is it?
We are in order here.
Do they not provide bras in jail?
Ms. Joyner, you are charged with theft by receiving stolen property. That bond is set at $2,000. Driving on suspended license, that bond is set at $1,000, and you must not violate any laws about bond. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I have appointed one to you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
The lady can't afford a bra. I mean, of course.
Poor girl. Hey, since
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I
just
guess.
happened, you want to
Does
pause that real
Ashley
quick? We'll go
Sure.
over to licking and just see what's going on here. Got somebody in person.
Being that I am in a relationship, I am able to take care of myself. I am able to make my own decisions. I am able to do all of these things, to become a great person, to become, somebody that can be a leader, anything in the world, you know. And I honestly, I'm excited that we're getting this out of the way, so I can go get a job, so I don't have to have the court dates over my head, like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like, so I can further myself in life without having to have the court date as
Sounds like he might have been through a program
you know.
Sounds that way.
or two.
Are you on probation now?
No, sir.
You're not.
And I do appreciate, I do
Kiss
thank you guys
ass.
for allowing me this moment.
Well,
Seriously.
Isn't due process? Doesn't he have the right? I mean, what are we? Did he get up out of bed to come in here and talk to him?
Was your probation revoked?
I ended up, yeah, it was, they revocated it, and they're like, you did sufficient jail time, you know, like, we just want to get you out, like, we're just trying to get you out of here.
Who's this we?
right.
Did you tell Mr. Nicodemus you didn't want to be on probation?
Sir, yes, that is correct. Because of everything that I'm trying to do, it would just be another underlying thing that was above my head, you know, like another thing above my head that
Above his
like,
head.
it would be,
I don't know if he's really using that right.
No, I don't think he is.
I'm ready to work. You know, I'm ready to get a job. Like and
I want ties to the community, Anna.
I loves
you
to
know,
work.
after just now starting out again, like it would be kind of tough.
You want to go to jail today? Is that what you're telling me?
No, sir, I don't want to go to jail.
Okay.
What a
What do
surprise.
you suggest I do then?
Judge
Maybe,
Stewart.
maybe
Yeah, who I heard him say Nicodemus.
I have I've learned my lesson.
Hi, Dave.
And we've dealt with this.
I hope his next job isn't public speaking. He
Nah.
sucked at it.
I would
Thanks,
honestly
Darren.
cheat on your conscience.
Much love.
I'm civilized. I honestly don't want to go to jail.
Yeah, we get that part.
I honestly don't want to go to jail.
Yes.
I have things
No
to do,
shit.
And
I got one question for you. Do you want to go to jail?
$10,000 to the clerk.
Ooh,
But what's finding you going to do to you?
did he do?
If I find you, what's that
9K.
gonna do to you? You can't. You don't have a job right now, right?
well, that's what
I'll go sell drugs.
I want you to look for a job and get a job. But Mr. Nicodemus doesn't want to send you to jail. He just wants you to be supervised. Make sure you're staying away from Mr. New's property.
It's true.
The only alternative to that is what Mr. Nicodemus said was some flat jail time.
Uh-oh. What do you think about that, Wall?
Bring the witness in.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's going to lock him up,
Is
isn't
he
he?
going to slap the cuffs on him?
Yes.
Where are you
So-
living now?
Oh, no.
Oh, he's blocking the door.
And then I just went to Newark.
He's blocking the door.
Never seen this move here at Licking. I love it.
Now, we were waiting to see how the case goes with this. So we can get it out of the way. That way, the family is all able to talk. Because of the court dates, we weren't allowed to have any type of what's it called? Communication with each other.
What's it called? What you're not good at? Communicating.
My girlfriend, her family, and me and her family.
Side piece. None of us
have
can talk.
communication.
Who told you that?
The officers, I think.
Okay. I think they probably just told you couldn't go back to Mr. New's property.
Yeah. And
Would that be
is,
great, John?
That is something that's what we're working on now.
Well, then I don't know there's anything to work on. Mr. New doesn't want you to come to his property. You're
Yeah.
going to get arrested again.
Yes, sir. We
So my question was, where are you living? You didn't answer the question.
at her house.
Okay, where's her house?
She lives at 65 Leroy.
Okay. So you're not allowed there. Is that right?
I'm not allowed to 75.
Another cop just arrived.
They
Well,
called
this-
it backup.
This one says 65 and this one says 75.
I should say 64.
He was found at 65 Leroy.
Okay.
He was at 75 Leroy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And that's the God's honest truth.
You're intending to move back to 65? Is that what you're saying?
What that would be pertaining to how the family is about that, like how they feel about that. If that is, I would be on my.
So where are you staying now?
I'm currently waiting to see
Thank you, Dave.
With friends.
Where did you stay last night?
Where did I stay last night?
Yeah.
I stayed with a friend.
Where's that?
Where?
Where's your friend?
Where's my friend?
Yeah, where they live.
She lives in Buckeye Lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been living in Buckeye Lake, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. It's
You
not
might
a
be
tough-
lying.
It's not a trick question.
Well, I just stayed in Newark for like a week.
Okay. Right, but you don't live in Newark.
No.
You've been living in Buckeye Lake.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what Mr. Nicodemus is mostly concerned about is you going back to Mr. New's property.
Correct.
He doesn't want to, hammer you or, get you in a lot of trouble, but he wants to make sure you're not going back there because Mr. New doesn't want you back there.
Exactly.
And if you are back there, you're just going to get arrested again, and then I'm going to have to send you to jail for 30 days or something.
Big
Might
football.
Nobody wants that,
He wasn't
right?
there. He want to hammer you. He's a horrible liar.
Because he's taken these little and then the answering every question with a question.
Where are you staying? Where am I staying? Yes.
So
Where are you
got
staying?
This year, right?
Where am I staying now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, back, let's see.
I hate to say it, I don't think he's going to get locked up.
You think he's gonna get to walk?
Yes, sir.
I kind of think so, because the way
Mr.
that just
Nicodemus?
Judge George just said that was like, because then you'd be going to jail for 30 days if you
Yeah,
get.
you're right. You've heard enough.
I don't know that I want to supervise Mr. Lewis.
I
He's gonna have transportation issues. It sounds like maybe.
I
know where he's living. Just
I
got revoked.
understand.
Okay.
Hey, sure you do.
You aware of what happened with Mr. New, that he didn't want him around, or
That I am not aware.
no criminal violations or anything like that?
That I am not aware.
Okay.
was thinking firing squad, but
I mean,
yeah,
that's it's an option, I guess.
I just know that in my conversation on the phone with him today, he was on his way to court and he just does not want him at his property.
Yep.
I think that Judge George is on the fence. On this.
Totally acceptable.
He really seems that way. I don't know.
The kid's lying. He's a little shady.
He owes quite a sum of money to the magistrate.
That's a lot of money, especially for licking. I mean, I don't know if we've heard of a $9,000 fine in licking yet.
I mean, lock him up and let him get that off his back.
$12.99 on post court cost. 1 day of jail. I'll give you 1 day credit on the 1355 case. On post court cost.
Hasn't even started working yet. Bigfoot is out of jail, by the way. I'm posting on Facebook today. That's absolutely hilarious. I don't know.
Is that really him? I mean, I'm friends with him
7 days jail,
too.
I'll give you 2 days credit.
They haven't
Question about that, Mr. Lewis?
they haven't posted since March.
May I have a report date to handle everything that I need to handle?
I mean,
What
they
do you
even
mean?
mentioned Bigfoot on Howard the other day.
My girlfriend, to tell my girlfriend the things I need to tell her. I have
Oh no, he's getting locked
I
up.
have her bike that is that I need to
He's got his gloves on.
She doesn't
Yeah.
have a vehicle.
Okay.
And
You got any bond you can post today?
I don't.
Okay. All right. You need to report tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll
do that
what
for
time?
Time can you get down to the jail?
Afternoon.
Oh,
Because
Guess
he
not.
told me, "I'm gonna let you report
Whatever,
tomorrow," and then
whatever
that's
you
when
get.
old boy went and sat down. He's about to grab him.
All right.
I appreciate that very much.
Okay.
He cut him a break. He's got to come back tomorrow and go to jail. I don't want to go to jail.
oh, jail.
I don't want to go.
I got this from the factory.
10-3. Okay, thank you.
I
Say your
don't
name for the
want to
record.
go.
Mr. Morris,
I was hoping for that too.
All right, Ms. Morris.
The attorney would have had to help him out because I don't think that old dude could have handled him.
I'm a landscaper. It is. I mean, the posts are hilarious.
All right, Mr. Morris, you are charged with battery family violence. I've set that bond at $2,500. You must stay away from Deshaun LeGrand, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. What is your relationship with Mr. LeGrand?
Somebody
my,
is renting
daughter's
it
father.
is, and it's not in my name, and it's not in
Okay.
anybody else's name. It's in somebody else's name.
All right, so you can't have any contact with him. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I am appointing one to you. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? All right, I'm going to schedule that for October 4th at 8:30 a.m.
You almost got me with that one, Jay. That was good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Because the room we originally seen them in when they were reading them everything was just a regular room, but then we bring them into this blue light room.
I don't,
Say your
I'll
name for
never
the record.
understand the rights.
Tisha Holmes Williams.
All right, Ms. Cortesia, you are charged with battery, family, and violence. I've set that bond for the battery at $10,000. In criminal trespass, I've set that at $2,000 for a total bond of $12,000. You must stay away from rural homes. And you may not return to 5437 North Cut Drive in Atlanta, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you and your special conditions?
Yes.
Disinfecting.
Yeah, it's one of those blue lights they put you under. You know, make sure you check you for any stains.
They acquired all
so
the blue
I
lights
am
from
going
Kmart.
to- Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set that for October the 3rd.
Real quick, just wanted to show you mustard bag today, but doubling up on the
The
flowers.
yellow roses.
And I always wondered what's his name from Tool Time ended up doing, and he's apparently a lawyer now, or I guess
He's got beautiful hair.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
Good
growing
luck
it
to you,
out.
ma'am.
Excuse me, you said 10,000 and 2,000?
No, it's 12,000 total. 10,000 and 2, so total of 12,000.
Can I just pay the 2?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
Put the 10 on layaway.
Please, emails for today. Can you have an excuse?
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too.
Oh, we're done with the Warmans.
now it's just weird Rick Ross guy here.
Oh my gosh. I had like some Mormons knocking on my door today. I had to make everybody be quiet. Be
Did they
quiet.
go out and tell him I got a shoebox with no
Can I
shoes?
say
in
your
it?
name for the record, sir?
Larry Caffey.
All right, Mr. Caspi, hold on.
Is that true?
Very
Now,
low
after
level.
You charged with battery family violence. I've set that bond at 6,000. Criminal trespass, I set that bond at 2,000. Theft by taking 2,000. Obstruction 2,000. For a total bond of 12, 6, 7, 8, 9. Return to 7117 Lady Hyde Court in Jonesboro, Georgia, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you, sir, and the special conditions? Do you wish to waive? Hold on. is
This
this
judge ain't
a-
messing around. She's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, she's moving.
If I'm not mistaken, this is like
wish
a
to waive your
traveling
preliminary
kind of
hearing?
courtroom. She'll do different.
I guess I'm gonna
counties.
bond out. So you're gonna waive it anyway? That's what you said, right?
Yes, that is what I said.
So I have a question. So
far
that is my
sexier in the women's
address. What do I do
jail.
about retrieving
Ooh,
personal items?
what you got, Creed?
Remember when I said in the opening, I said
Let's,
you have to
we'll
be
finish this
accompanied by a
one real
law
quick.
enforcement officer when you go there,
So I just call the police?
within 10 days.
So I just call the police?
Yes. mhm.
Okay.
All righty. And so it appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Do you desire that I appoint one to you?
Yes, please.
All righty. So I'm appointing an attorney to you.
And can you repeat the total bond, the total
The
amount?
total bond is 12,000.
12,000.
Oh, that's our
And I'm
favorite
gonna go
number of the day.
ahead
I was
and
gonna say that they
set
like
you
those
down
12K
for the preliminary
bonds.
hearing. That's gonna be 10-4. And then if you bond out, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Any questions, sir?
No.
All right, good luck to you.
You're on
Hey, girl.
Trespass?
Well, I got arrested back in June.
She looks
and,
familiar.
He was gonna give me time served, but I had asked for probation so I can stay clean. And so
How'd
he
that
gave
work out
me,
for you?
gave me probation like I requested with 164 days over my head. So, but I got out of jail on July 14th, I believe it was, or July 13th. But since this is dated for the 24th of July, then that would have been technically a new charge while on probation.
Actually, you're on paper for theft with me.
Uh-oh.
I gave you 180 days, suspended 164, gave you credit for time served, and
Right.
put you on supervision for a year. That was back, as you said, in July.
So maybe we have seen her.
What you want to do with this trespass charge? I think
Might
they're
have.
alleging that you went to Walmart when you allegedly weren't allowed to do that. It carries up to 30 days and a $250 fine. The penalties aren't mandatory, so it's up to you how you want to plead. What do you want to do? And if you don't know, I'm going to go ahead and put down a not guilty. That leaves all your options open. Okay.
I'll just put it not guilty.
Okay.
No, and she guilty as hell.
Are you employed? Do you have a job?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I work it's called Passport. It's through an insurance program, medical insurance program.
Okay. And what do you do for them?
It's like I'm like a home health care.
I remember her.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on this, but as you know, it doesn't mean anything since that holder's there. The only condition of your bond, other than the normal terms and conditions, are that you're not to return to any Walmart store while the bond is in place. This will get randomly assigned to a judge set for a trial. You can apply for court-appointed counsel. They have
Got a 50-50 shot as far as judges. I'd say.
Revoke your probation, and they'll probably make a decision within the next, I would guess, 24 to 48 hours. Then you'll be brought before a judge again. Could be me, could be Judge George, to address the allegation of violation. If they're not going to revoke you, then they'll probably drop this holder, which means you're going to get out. But do make sure you show up for your next court date, because otherwise we put on a new warrant for your arrest, and you could jeopardize your probation status as well. Understand?
Yes.
Any other questions today, Ms. Martin?
No, that's it.
Very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
She's gonna be doing time, baby. She's gonna be doing time.
Marcus Wells.
Funny how they mix them in here with the
Definitely, Mr.
males
Wells.
and females.
Senior rights in court today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very unheard of.
We have two new cases and an old case that we need to deal with. All three charges are violation of protection order. The old one is, looks like we were scheduled for a trial back this summer and you failed to appear.
Three, Kieran.
Actually in the spring. Just so you know, you did have court-appointed counsel on that case, but Ms. Burkett went ahead and withdrew his counsel. So if you want to get a lawyer for it, you're going to have to fill out a new application. Understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Yeah,
What's
there's a
your current
number
address, Mr.
2
Wells?
for small claims that
It's
they don't use.
38 Madison Drive, or 38 Madison Avenue,
City and state?
Newark, Ohio, 43055.
8 foot.
Madison Avenue.
I live there now.
And who else lives there with you?
My little sister, just actually her house. She let me move in Thursday.
All righty. And are you currently employed?
No, I collect the Social Security check.
So you received
It's not mine. I just collect it each
Yeah,
month.
but she was supposed to be taking me to Anna Medical Monday. I had an orientation
Oh, you're gonna start a new job, were you?
to try to get me help start back on my feet again.
Shocker.
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but there's a limitation on the amount of number or hours you can work and still be eligible to receive disability benefits. So you need to be careful about that. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, we're going to set a bond on that case and get it rescheduled, but we need to address the two charges, the two cases where you've never had an opportunity to address the charges. So the first case is alleged to have occurred on February the 10th. It's a violation of protection order. Newark Police Department alleges that on or about February 10th, 2022, within the city of Newark and Lincoln County, Ohio, you did recklessly violate the term of a protection order issued or a consent agreement approved pursuant to section 2919.26 or 3133.31 of the Ohio Revised Code. Violation of protection order is a first-degree misdemeanor, and it carries maximum penalties of up to 180 days in jail, up to $1,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how do you want to plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
Okay.
May I speak before you set bond?
Please.
I'm not sure, but that's obviously going to be information you can find out through the discovery process. And what did you say your address was again? 38?
What?
38 Madison Avenue, Newark, Ohio, 43055.
Be too late then, won't it?
To
It's just crazy when you think like the judges sit there like, just watch your hours, you know, so you don't lose that. It's just crazy to me. I had an ex once that couldn't go to work because she would have lost all those things, like where they paid her water, sewer, electricity, trash, all of it.
Wow.
If she even worked more than like
so the
20
other case
hours,
that
she'd
we
lose
still
it
have to
all.
Deal with is from February the 16th.
Because 20 hours to definitely pay for all
Same
that.
allegation, violation of protection order.
Lola.
Again, it's a first-degree misdemeanor. How do you want to plead to this one?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Those new markers have really made you quite the artiste.
I mean, it's up my game tremendously, dude.
Life changing.
they are kissed by Da Vinci himself.
Oh, Jennifer. Those for the
Jennifer Green, yeah. That's her.
Or Jennifer. The victim of an alien abduction. Tell us more later. I hope you got a good probing.
Is there any other kind?
Okay, so, according to this arrest hap sheet that I've got on the top of one of your cases, it says you were arrested yesterday afternoon over at 38 Madison Avenue. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And why were the police there in the first place?
I can't even tell you.
Okay, so they
Like,
weren't
I was-
called for assistance.
Huh?
There was no call made for assistance.
That sounds right, Jay.
I don't know. I was smoking a cigarette and they pulled up on me. I don't know what happened. Like, that's all I know.
Okay. Well, it's quite possible that an officer saw you and realized you recognized who you were and the fact that you had warrants out. All right. Is there anything you want to say about bond before I said it? And it's probably not wise to talk about what may or may not have happened as far as these new charges are concerned. Because
Thanks.
you're being recorded. And
Are we
everything
late
that's
often,
used
or-
against you. But other than that, you want to talk about bond?
Yeah, well, first of all, I don't know. I got another charge. I just went to court over there, felony, so I'm not going to be able to bond out of that either. But I can't get a OR on these bonds. You know, for the
Crazy.
reason I missed that
I believe it.
dude, I was homeless and I was on narcotics real bad, you know, and the reason because of that, I lost my youngest son and I just got lost and, you know, and I started doing drugs and I just got lost. I lost my house and everything.
You lost everything.
My sister actually took
Excuse,
me
though.
in and let me move in Thursday. And I've been about 4 days clean and I'm trying to get help if there's any way, like, you know, whenever I'm released or if I get released from jail that they could get me in a drug program or like, you know, a drug program and a mental program, like, you know, so I can get back on my medicine because I do have a habit of doing Percocets and, you know, overusing them and stuff because, you know, what
Well,
happened to me
it's what we
last
call
year.
co-occurring disorders. When you have both substance abuse disorder as well as mental health issues, it's fairly common. And there's a lot of places that address.
Nah, she's just watching the YouTube feed, not
Yeah.
us.
So
She's
I
on
ain't
the
got,
licking,
I ain't
page.
got no, I mean, like I was willing to, you know, if I get out, you know, could put me on like a ankle monitor or something like
Are
that.
Percocets for mental health?
Money to
That doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, did they already set a bond for you on your felony?
Yeah, she set a bond on my felony.
How much?
20,000.
20,000. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. On each of these cases, I'm going to set a $2,500 cash or your 10% bond with the added condition that you abide by the terms of any CPO that might be active. The case that was already assigned to me will get rescheduled for a trial. The two cases that you entered pleas on today will get randomly assigned and set for a trial. Ideally, all these get dealt with together in conjunction with your felony so that we can kind of achieve some sort of global resolution, as it were. But for now, you may have two different judges. You only need to fill out one application for an attorney, but you got to put all three case numbers on it, and the folks at the jail can give you those case numbers, okay?
Okay, so I do have another question. I know I got set for bond. So I haven't ran into the law or been into trouble since 2013. You know, I worked a little bit, and I mean that doesn't help me out a little bit. Like, you know,
I can't go OR just because of the fact that all three of these charges are violation of protection order, and your new felony is violation of protection order. So that causes me some concern in that regard. Now, your bonds can be lowered in the future, but for today, I'm going to err on the side of caution. All right.
Hello, Mayor.
All right. Any other questions today, Mr. Wells?
No, Your Honor.
You may go with the officer, sir.
You'll
Thank
be here
you.
a while, Mr. Wells. You'll be here a while.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
I'll see you on Friday.
That's it for.
Well, I'll see you like a week or so out because I'm not going to be here Friday or Monday.
All right,
Oh,
you take care.
have a
Bye,
good
Sue.
have a good
Have a
time,
good-
Sue. I wonder if she's going somewhere or something.
She is going to a quilting resort where
Like
all her
Randy,
other
enough to
quilting
make sure you
friends are going to
bring
get
your
together and sew.
rights in court form. Today we have Jean Carlos Castillo.
Jean,
Carlos.
I went to Card Noir.
Bring Jean-Luc Picard up
You
here,
understand your rights in
please.
court? Got to say it out loud. Yes. Okay.
See.
And the record should reflect that we do have a Spanish language interpreter here who's previously been certified to serve in such capacity in this courtroom.
Y aquí el registro va a reflejar que nuestro intérprete ya ha sido certificado anteriormente en otras ocasiones para servir aquí en el tribunal.
Have you been able to understand everything I'm saying based on interpretation?
Puede entender todo lo que yo digo
How
basado.
do they know?
Yes.
Great. Did you get a copy of your ticket at some point?
¿Recibió una copia de su infracción en algún momento?
She's going to an REO Speedwagon concert over the
Yes, I
weekend.
believe it's at home.
Okay, but you don't have to have it here today.
She's going to fantasy band camp.
I just need to verify that you got a copy and you looked at it.
Necesito solamente verificar que usted recibió una copia y lo entiende.
So you're charged with driving under license forfeiture.
El cargo que se le está impugnando
RJ's sitting on a gold mine.
con la confiscación de licencia ya suspendida.
Well,
Based upon
Street
your
value.
previous driving record, that
retirement
is
right there, bud.
misdemeanor.
Basado en su historial de conducir.
Sure did.
un delito menor de
Very French.
grado.
That carries up to 30 days jail and a $250 fine.
Eso tiene una pena máxima de
Wouldn't have been funny if that was the case,
y una
pal.
multa de $200.
It also carries the
I mean,
possibility
this
of
guy
a
could still be French. I mean, there's French Canadians. Why can't there be French Mexicans?
John.
Para la licencia.
You're cited for a seatbelt violation, which carries a maximum $30 fine.
Y
Ugh.
se le está dando una
He's way too
infracción
pleasant
de
and laid back to
licencia,
have any French in him.
una multa de $30.
And you're charged with failure to stop or yield at a stop sign, which also carries a maximum $150 fine.
Y también al fracasar, al no detenerse en el letrero o en la señal.
Vive la France.
Eso también carga una multa de 150.
Mon ami.
So do you understand that those are the charges?
Entiende que esos son los cargos.
Those guys have been speaking this language for so long, and we make jokes about it being French. And here you go. You guys think we're so
I'm going to ask
wrong.
you some questions. The first of which is, do you understand
Oui.
you don't have to plead guilty?
Le haré unas cuantas preguntas. La primera, ¿usted entiende que no es obligatorio declararse culpable?
We
Tried.
tried.
Yes.
And do you understand that you're presumed to be not guilty of these charges?
Y usted entiende que presuntamente usted no se le está culpando de estos cargos ahora mismo.
Is there a dog in court?
I understand.
It's
There,
always the
there
government's
must
burden to
be.
prove a person guilty
BRB.
beyond a reasonable doubt. The person doesn't have to prove anything.
Siempre es la responsabilidad del gobierno comprobar su.
Well, Jean-Claude Van Damme up here is getting read everything. Please
You have
give
the right
this
to be
video a like.
represented by an attorney.
Usted tiene el derecho de ser representado por un abogado
And if you couldn't afford one and you qualified, we would give you one for free.
y si no tiene los fondos y si califica, nosotros le podemos brindar uno gratuitamente.
Is it your intention today to give up your right to an attorney?
¿Es su intención rendir su derecho a tener un abogado hoy
Or would you like to have a lawyer?
o le gustaría tener un abogado? No,
You don't wish to have an attorney?
no desea tener un
That's a
abogado.
legit question, Shelley.
Está bien.
Now, even without a lawyer, you still have a right to a trial with a judge or jury.
Aún así, sin un abogado, tiene el derecho a tener un juicio con jurado.
You have a right to question your accusers and subpoena your own witnesses.
Tiene el derecho a cuestionar a sus acusadores y también darle una citación a aquellos testigos.
You have a right to present a defense by calling witnesses and presenting evidence.
Tiene el derecho de, en su defensa, llamar a los testigos y también que vengan a su favor.
And you have a right to testify if you would like.
Y también tiene el derecho a testificar usted mismo, si gusta.
You are not required to do any of that because, as I mentioned, the burden is on the state of Ohio.
Y usted no tiene el requisito de hacer nada de eso, porque como le dije, la
Dogs in the
responsabilidad
court.
es el Estado.
And if you decided not to testify, nobody could make you,
Y si usted decide no testificar, nadie lo puede obligar.
and it wouldn't be counted against you if you didn't.
Y tampoco no va a contar en su contra si usted no lo hace.
So do you understand that?
¿Entiende todo eso? Yes.
A plea of guilty admits guilt,
Una declaración de culpable admite la culpabilidad,
which means the state would no longer be required to prove anything for me to find you guilty.
que significa que el Estado no va a tener que hacer nada para mí, para hallarlo culpable.
It also means you'd give up those rights we've just discussed. Do you understand?
También significa que está renunciando a esos derechos. ¿Usted entiende? Sí. Yes.
All right. Did you understand the maximum possible penalties that I discussed with you earlier?
¿Entendió las penas máximas posibles que le dije anteriormente?
Have you been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to do this?
¿Se la ha amenazado, se la ha prometido que llegue a esta conclusión?
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication right now?
¿Está bajo la influencia ahora mismo de alcohol, drogas o recetas?
No. And are you a citizen of the United States?
¿Y es ciudadano de Estados Unidos? Resident American.
Okay. I'm required to read you the following language.
Muy bien.
Resident American.
If you're not a citizen of the United States, you are hereby advised that conviction of the offenses to which you're pleading guilty may have the consequences of deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or denial of naturalization pursuant to the laws of the United States.
Si no es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos, se le informa que la condena por el delito del que se declara culpable puede tener las consecuencias de la deportación, la exclusión de la admisión a los Estados Unidos o denegación de la naturalización de conformidad con las leyes.
Look at Stansbury reading along, make sure he said everything.
Una pregunta.
I would like to ask you a question.
Like, como yo me declaro culpable, yo estoy aceptando de que yo, como me pasé el stop en rojo, de que no me paren el stop y que no tenía el cinturón.
If I plead guilty, I'm pleading guilty to the charge for not stopping at that stop sign and continuing, and also for not having that seatbelt on.
Correct.
Correcto.
Y si yo no me declararía culpable, yo tuviera que estar perdiendo tiempo de trabajar y estar viniendo a corte y todo eso.
And if I say not guilty, I would be wasting my time by taking time off work and showing up to court.
That's fine.
Está bien.
You get to plead however you want.
Usted decide declararse como usted desee.
If you have changed your mind about wanting to plead guilty, that's fine too.
Si ha cambiado su mente en su declaración de culpable, eso está bien también.
One thing I was going to tell you
Una cosa que sí le iba a decir.
Because you have beautiful eyes.
is to consult with an attorney to discuss the possible impact of a conviction on your residency status.
Si desea hablar con un abogado de inmigración para ver si esto va a afectar su estado inmigratorio,
I would grant you a 2-week continuance to do so.
yo le puedo otorgar 2 semanas para que precisamente haga eso.
Now, you're not required to continue the case or consult with an attorney.
Ahora, no es un requisito que consulte un abogado o que continuemos con el caso a otra fecha.
And you can proceed with your guilty pleas today and resolve the case if that's what you want to do.
Y puede proceder con su declaración de culpable hoy y continuar con las consecuencias que viene esa declaración.
So would you like to wrap things up today?
¿Le gustaría acabar con las cosas hoy?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, very well.
Muy bien.
I'll accept
$1,000 bond.
anything you care to say and wait for him to translate, okay?
Acepto su declaración y antes de que le dé
Hola, Nancy.
algo antes de usted y espere que termine.
Que si ellos me van, que cómo ellos me van a, cómo yo voy a saber lo que tengo que hacer, ¿me va a dar un papel o algo?
How will I know what's the next step? Will you give me a sheet or something?
I'm going to pronounce the sentence here.
Yo le voy a declarar o pronunciar la sentencia ahora.
You're going to go down to the clerk's office.
Después va a pasar a la oficina del secretario.
They'll give you paperwork about what fines and court costs I've imposed.
Ahí le van a entregar el papeleo de las multas y los gastos del tribunal que yo impugné.
And they'll tell you when the fines and costs have to be paid.
Y le van a avisar cuándo se tienen que pagar esas multas y los gastos antes de una fecha.
You don't have to pay everything today.
No tiene que pagar todo.
Omelette de fromage.
Sin embargo,
The
se puede.
12K made me laugh.
So, anything else you want to say before I decide what to do here?
Okay.
Algo más que le gustaría decir antes de que empiece a decir.
No.
Okay. You have a number of prior convictions for license-related offenses.
Tiene
Oh.
historial de condena.
Had it last night.
No tener la licencia anteriormente.
For that reason, I'll impose a $250 fine.
Y por
Sarge.
esa razón le voy a imponer una multa de $250.
I'm not going to impose a jail term or place you on probation.
No le voy a dar una condena de cárcel o ponerlo bajo libertad condicional,
But
Very
on the seatbelt
French sounding
violation, I'll
name.
impose a $30 fine.
pero en la infracción
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
le voy a imponer una multa de $30.
And for the failure to stop or yield, that's a $25 fine.
Y al no detenerse en el letrero de alto, eso es otra multa de $25.
And I'll also order that you pay the court costs.
Y también haré que usted pague los gastos
For a
del
total of
Do you have any questions?
$12,000.
Sí.
Yes.
Cuando yo estuve preso, entonces yo pagué un bond de 1,100
When I was in jail, I paid a bond of $1,100.
Mm-hmm.
y me dijeron que cuando se me cerrara el caso,
And I was
se
told
me lo
once
iban
my
a
case is
devolver.
closed, they were going to return that.
That takes time.
Well, it'll go back to Ricarda Morales.
Yeah, my wife.
Okay, so if she's nice enough and likes you enough, she'll give you that money.
Bueno, si ella es lo suficiente amable y sincera, le entregará.
If she's nice enough.
But yes, there will be a small fee that'll be deducted, but she'll get most of it back.
Va a haber una pequeña multa deducida, pero va a recibir la mayoría ella para atrás.
If you want, you can use that money to help pay off your fines and court costs.
Si gusta, puede utilizar.
He had a $1,200 bond on no seatbelt and failure to stop
on a license
at
plate.
a sign?
Pero tome en cuenta, si es que no paga todos sus gastos como debería, le vamos a poner una confiscación en su licencia.
And that'll be one more thing you have to deal with before you can get valid.
I mean, he did say he had an extensive traffic history, but I mean,
Any other questions?
he can't read English.
The interpreter will
So-
go with you to the clerk's office, and the bailiff will take you down now.
Pero te lo va a acompañar con el alguacil al secretario.
Thank you, sir.
He used an interpreter in the car with him all the time to read
All right,
signs.
Roy Blankenship.
Good luck, Mayor.
Mr. Blankenship, come on up. You understand your rights today? Yes, sir.
Obviously,
Oh,
he's on
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
Too old for that shirt.
And you got arrested, and they said show up the next day, and you did, which I'm glad to see because a lot of people don't.
He borrowed that shirt from his grandson.
And it looks like Mr. Proctor is withdrawn from your traffic case, the one where you're charged with driving under suspension. So if you want to get a lawyer, you'll have to fill out a new application on that case.
Oh, I've been told that. That no
We're
means
in the
no.
process of issuing a warrant on the theft case. It was like theft and complicity, but that hasn't actually, a warrant hasn't actually been issued. So frankly, it's going to be my intention today to go ahead and continue the OR bond that you signed off on when you were arrested yesterday, and also release you on your own recognizance on the criminal charge. Why didn't you show up for court?
Didn't get the notice in the mail, the.
Had a hip hop show I had to do, Judge.
The pink sticker on our door, and I didn't know. but
DJing with Rai Rai.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either, but after a while, like 4 or 5 days of no mail, I started questioning it, and that's what the mailman told me.
Okay. Well, one thing that you need to know is you can track your own case online at the website, lcmunicipalcourt.com. You can obviously come down here and check in with the clerks just to see what's going on. But I always say there's not really a legitimate reason to miss court because you didn't know when it is, because we live in the age.
Beautiful.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what is your current address?
85 North 8th.
Okay. So it hasn't changed.
No.
And that's in
See you, Dick
Zanesville?
Harris.
No,
Okay.
it's in North.
Oh, it's
Do
in
it to
Newark.
it.
Let me see what.
Make us proud,
Guys,
Dick.
do you live there or do you use.
High five, everybody.
Ask them if they have YouTube accounts.
Yeah, we don't care about their Facebooks.
Okay.
I'm
Who do
sorry.
you live there with?
My brother.
Okay. Are you working these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
A little bit of everything. That's handyman thing.
Okay.
For Ridge Top Building.
DJ Handyman.
Alrighty. So.
DJ Hurley Bird. Oh, Chris.
You do you,
He's
Chris.
going to
You
put
do
a
you.
$2,500 bond on that warrant for the criminal charge. So that's not going to happen now because, as I said, I'm going to go ahead and release you on your own recognizance. But I always say this: if you get arrested again if you fail to appear, and then there's a new warrant that goes out, and you get arrested, and you see me for the new bond, I won't do an OR bond next time. All right?
I already know that.
Okay.
It won't happen again.
Okay, very well. You're eligible to apply for court-appointed counsel on both of these cases, and as I said, Mr. Proctor did withdraw, so you'll have to do that if you want to get a lawyer. You have the application. Actually, you gave it to me, so let me give it back to you.
Thank you.
And then just don't
That's
leave
it.
without filling it out first and turning it in.
Terminator?
And in a moment, the bail's going to take you down there anyway. Okay.
Tell your
Yeah.
sister we said hello.
Have a seat there in the front row. The bail's going to be with you in a moment.
Thank you.
First, we got to take care of Mr. Molinar. Come on up.
Mull it on.
This is our last
Is that how you pronounce your
contestant of
last
the
name?
day.
All right. Well, Mr. Molinar, may I have your rights in court form?
Thank you for standing off to the side, too, Mr. Molinar.
You are here
Like
because
that?
a charge of disorderly conduct has been filed against you. Specifically, the Newark Police Department alleges that on or about June the 19th of this year within the city of Newark and Lincoln County, Ohio, that you did recklessly cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm to another
Sounds that way.
by engaging in fighting and threatening harm to persons or property or in violent or turbulent behavior and failed to cease after a reasonable request to do so. So basically, it's disorderly resisting. I've got your copy here, which I'll give to you in a minute, but it's an M4. It's up to 30 days, up to a $250 fine. Understand?
Up to 30 days and $250 fine.
Yeah, the maximum penalties are up to 30 days in jail and up to a $250.
You'll never see that.
How do you want to plead?
Not guilty.
And what's your current address?
363
Mhm.
North 21st Street.
Like they thought he was going to jail for 30 days for a second, though.
Oh, that just scared the shit out of him.
And, It looks like they mailed a summons back in July. You were supposed to appear on August the 5th. It looks like that came back as unclaimed, or no, not deliverable as addressed, but they sent it to a Fulton Avenue
Yeah, that was
address.
my old address.
Okay.
so.
We'll take a quick look here at the file, and then we're going to talk about your bond real quick. All right?
I was cutting on Donnybrook with a young guy. Fisticuffs flew.
Does it say? I'm sorry.
You can ask the clerks for a copy of the police reports and any
Okay, I
witness
was just kind
statements.
of wondering what it was all about. I kind of
Yeah.
just heard this because I work at the Boys and Girls Club.
Mhm.
I've been blacklisted basically until we
Until you
figured
resolve
this
this.
out.
You mean the Yes Club?
It's the Boys and Girls Club of Lincoln County.
Okay. Where are they located?
Just
Oh,
on the
they're
other
just
side of
on-
Fulton. It's actually down the street of Fulton, but it's on a different street.
Hi,
It's
Chad.
on the corner of Fulton and another little. It'd be on.
Blacklisted from the Boys and Girls Club.
It's the old school. It was an old school before.
He kicks it old school. So he works for the Boys and Girls Club, and now he's been blacklisted because of this fight that he seems to know nothing about.
Heard out of. I didn't hear it from any type of letter.
Oh, he was absolutely in a fight. Look at him.
Well, I mean, when
And that's when I called.
He looks pretty badass.
Yeah, and you did exactly what you're supposed to do. So you're here voluntarily.
Really
I'll
is.
go ahead And I'll release you on your own recognizance. That just means you're going to sign off on some paperwork, promising you show up for future court dates. We will send you notice in the mail until and unless an attorney gets involved at the address that you put on your bond paperwork. So make sure it's
Beat up a
accurate,
kid.
correct. Is there an apartment number or anything like that? Okay, no
Slap
house
some
rear,
kid
no-
real hard.
North.
Then make sure that it
Oh,
says
yes.
North 21st on there. If you get an attorney either by hiring one or having one appointed to represent you, the notices will go through the attorney. So it's important not only that the attorney know how to reach you with the good address and working phone number with an active voicemail that's not full.
Chris, don't end up on
but
a Zoom
furthermore, that
court.
you
Do
actually
your Uber.
respond.
Yes.
Can't wait. until
Definitely take a Uber home, my friend.
That's one thing we've learned.
for the first time and expect things to turn out well. So that being said, take one last look here real quick. Make sure there's no prior murder convictions in here. Doesn't
Driving buzz, they're still driving buzzed.
So
Even riding
again,
a
you'll be
scooter,
released on your own
apparently.
recognizance, notified by mail the next court date. Records reflect. I'm going to hand you your copy of the complaint. Do you have any additional questions today?
Not that I believe so. Does it say like who it's with? Or
Yeah,
what's
like I
going
said, the
on?
police report and the witness statements are in there. If you get a lawyer, your lawyer will ask for what's called discovery. That means any evidence that the state intends to use against you has to be provided to you prior to trial. You can
Just broke
make
that open.
formal discovery, but today you can ask for a copy of the police report and witness statements.
Okay, and that will be in the clerk's.
In the clerk's office, and that's where you're going next. Do you have any additional questions?
I believe so, sir.
Very well. Then this court stands in recess. Gentlemen, have a good day.
All right. Bye, Judge Stansbury.
Oh, look, he stands.
I
by
have
for
long
him.
graduated. I
Jesse O.
graduated
Jack,
in
everybody,
93.
back in the house.
Nice hair.
I'm not seeing and it's not listed here, anywhere that you
I believe
actually
it.
sent the application to the proper parties, except to the court and to the prosecutor here.
I don't know what's
Uh,
going on here. I just stopped
There's
because
check boxes that
Jesse O.
you're supposed to
Jack.
follow,
I like
and
it.
they check mark. Did you do it here? Did you?
I've
send
got
this?
good
Did you get
news.
Printed? Did you?
Please give us
send
some.
by-
Bring a no low plea to the following two closely
Forest
charged.
Park, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we
Oh.
confirm he's eligible for a no low?
He is.
Sir, do you understand that by entering into the no low plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
We haven't seen him live
You
since
also
the first
understand that
day,
by
right?
entering into the
Yeah, and he
plea,
was like in a
your right
rumpus room.
Yes, sir. Sir, you entering
Now he's
into the
actually in a
plea
place.
freely and voluntarily.
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the no low plea?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, the court will accept your no low plea. The fine amount is $200. Are you able to pay that today or within 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
I didn't know what the fine was going to exactly be, but I can.
I only brought $15.
Yes, sir. 2 weeks.
All right, then Ms. Green will give you your plea form to which you will enter a no low plea. She
Yes,
will
sir.
also give you a 2-week agreement to pay. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you have any questions?
You said it all.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Okay.
Gonna need.
All right.
Baby,
Take
you
care.
said it all. Yabba dibba dabba dibba dabba.
Is going to be Mr. Matt.
All right, Mr. Mapp. Sir.
I love the camera angle.
My understanding, you're entering a no-low plea to the suspended registration charge.
All the other courtrooms where they have to see your face.
You stop. Yes, sir.
And here we are, you can't even see their
Entering
faces.
into the no-low plea that you're doing so without the assistance of a lawyer. Yes, sir. And sir, do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial? Yes, sir. Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily? Yes, sir. And sir, do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea? Yes, sir. Do you have any questions?
So you can waive the ticket off because I did get arrested.
You have to do that. If not, you're gonna be in here for some more tickets in the future. What I will do is reduce this from a suspendable to a non-suspendable offense. Do you understand that?
Thank you.
Now you will have to take care of the fine, which is $695. Do you understand that?
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
I paid in 2 weeks.
All right.
Money bags.
You will be given
Yeah.
your form
The
today.
other guy couldn't pull off
to the expired
200 bones in 2 weeks.
and you will be given 2 weeks to pay the sum of $695. Do you understand that, sir?
The paltry sum of
You understand that,
$695.
Mr. Mapp?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. You can have a seat. Ms. Green will be right with you.
Thank you for
Ms.
taking
Green,
off
is
your
there
hat.
Anyone else?
That's it, Your Honor. We take.
Oh no!
Wow, we missed it all.
Jeez, just got to see a man. Oh God! Get ready, chat.
Now, look, man. Yesterday, I was watching her after we got a chase, and she had the most revealing low-cut shirt on. I would dare say it was a titty shirt. And she kept having to do like this because her jugs were about to pop out.
Wow.
And the courtroom was
Kimberly, hi there.
packed.
All right, let's see here.
You think the judge gets
All right,
hit on
so
a lot?
You are charged with operating a suspended license, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance, second offense or more, and trafficking in marijuana less than 5 pounds but more than 8 ounces. I understand you're asking the court to consider reducing your bond, which is currently set at 1,000 surety. It is a very low bond.
I didn't know. One, my lawyer told me I didn't need a lawyer. That's first thing first.
Your lawyer told you you didn't need a lawyer?
Yes.
Who told you
Justin
that?
Brown.
There's no way Justin Brown told
I
you you
promise you, like,
didn't need a lawyer.
my girlfriend told me, like, I don't know, but
Justin Brown was
My
not a-
lawyer, Ben Matlock.
I can pay that $1,000. It's fine.
Why haven't you just had a surety do that?
I don't even know what somebody. My girlfriend told me she paid the insurance. I don't even know.
The surety is just like a promise to pay. It doesn't even require them to put down the money.
Doesn't know what's
I mean,
going
you
on.
could have done Ben out.
I don't know.
That's not good, right?
I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You're under indictment currently. The bond is set at 1,000 surety. All it requires for you to be released on this case is for someone to come to the courthouse and sign paperwork saying, hey, oh, look, somebody has posted it. Hang on a second. Something
you're
else has
still
to
in
be
jail.
holding you. It's not this. Somebody's already signed your surety.
Oh,
Shekels. Demetria Shekels.
Chuckles.
Let's figure this out. Let's figure out what's holding you.
I honestly know what. I left rehab in Godson County, and now Godson County.
Out of Indiana.
What a great turn of events.
Like saying, like you've already been somebody signed you out 8 days ago.
Whatever that says. It's done. All right, let me look this up. Hang on, Mr. Umberly.
She's moving kind of at a quick pace today, though. Give
Don't
her
say
that.
anything. Just stand there for a minute.
Don't say anything. He does have one thing he wants to say, though, Judge.
I'd like to make a request under the People's Freedom of Choices and Voices Act that I be able to smoke and swear in your court.
I mean, he did ask nicely.
I want to be able to smoke.
Look at this cocky son of a bitch. Back to him.
Yeah, that's what it is. You have a warrant out of Gallatin.
Oh.
They've got you set for review on September 30th, so they should be moving you there by then. But I can't change their bond. All right, take care.
Arrivederci.
Oh, hang on. Let me give you a court date here.
It almost felt like he was
All
going to
right,
get out
listen,
there.
I'm going to make
for a
this a
second.
longer court date. I'm not going to appoint an attorney. I'm not going to put this on October 3rd, though, okay? You have the right to demand that this hearing be within 20 days, but I'd rather give you time to get to Gallatin and get situated and then come back. You okay with going into November?
Are those backup robes up there in case she spills something on that one? Like,
Yeah, I saw there's a
guacamole
few,
or sour cream. Yeah.
If you're hanging there.
November 9th.
I don't have court October 3rd.
No. November 9th at 9 a.m. Thank you for writing that down for him. So, yeah. Nope, actually, this goes to 2:03 at 9 a.m. All right, now listen, if you, for some reason, are still in Gallatin, or you get, because it's on for sentencing in Gallatin County. If they sentence you, or for whatever reason you're not out, make sure somebody knows to let somebody here know on November 9th. See ya.
Well, it's not his job.
It's a good question.
Jails don't talk to each other at all. We're not on speaking terms with Galveston.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this doesn't make sense.
It's a very different courtroom.
No, it really is. It really is.
They have the breakout rooms on the side there. And it has defendants with lawyers.
Sean Barfield.
Denise. Oh.
County request bench warrant 500 cash. He's bench warranted at least 7 times in this case. I'm going to set it at 500 surety.
Oh my God. Is that Frogger or something? Somebody playing arcade games? They got an arcade there off to the side?
Nah, Creed, come on, let's get for real. That's just ridiculous. It's one of those poker machines, you know, you put in.
That's I should have known.
Come in with some kids games, my friend. Like everything on the screen, we get to see everything.
David Zick. Thanks.
Zit.
Is David sick or? Oh God.
You don't want the warrant set aside today?
Oh, look at this. Spicoli's here.
Hi, Mr. Zick. All right, so we are entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf. You're charged with littering and trespassing. That means that we are going to set this for November 7th. Do you see those long white sheets there on the podium? You are welcome to write down your next court date and room. It's November 7th, 9 a.m., room 203.
We've got Bush.
Oh my goodness.
Crime of the century right here. Take care. Used a porta pot on somebody else's property. Have a good day, Mr. Zick.
He used a porta potty on somebody else's land.
Oh, there's 2 cases.
He
Mr. Zick.
littered his
They weren't
poop.
rubber banded together. That's why. I didn't realize you had a separate case. Let's talk about your request for an attorney.
Crime of the century.
Yeah, if they're not rubber banded together, I won't know that they have more than one. Okay.
You're strutting on out of there.
So the other case is burglary third.
Ah, there
And
we
you're
go.
asking for the court to consider appointing an attorney. I remember this. I was on call when this came in. All right. Are you employed? I'm sorry? Okay. Why do you believe you cannot afford an attorney?
It's like seasonal work. It's cleaning.
I can't hear you. Come up here.
Cleaning. It's not consistent.
Beautiful R.
I gotcha. All right.
They must have
Do
the
you
same
one of those
color
long
hair.
white sheets? Let me see that.
I think it's her son.
I'm gonna circle the phone number for the public defender's office.
When he walks away, look how tight these pants are he's wearing.
If you call them next week, they'll be able to tell you who your lawyer's gonna be. They
Look at this intern over here.
Carrot top, everybody.
report November 2nd. Is that what your other one said, November 7th? Yep. Okay, thanks. You too.
Wow, look at that nose.
He is a great American. Look, she's texting. She's texting and smiling. It's a dirty text, maybe even a dick pic. If you're new here, welcome.
Can I see those zig files again?
Whoever she just called the files on, the one that just sent her the dick pic.
Yeah. Yeah. She was looking to see how far away the dasher was.
That's a little slow.
Is she taking pictures? Look.
She's snapping, dude. It's a Snapchat.
Check this out. What are you doing, girl? Working? No, you ain't. Yeah, look.
Terrence English, number 158.
Bet you Terrence doesn't even speak English.
Hello. Did I ever represent you? Okay.
See.
I feel like I did.
What a great shirt.
Yeah, good choice in cartoons, right?
Oh, what a great shirt. My sons would fight him for that. Oh, we rewatched them all the other day. A bunch of them.
I've been there.
So good.
You know, that's why I have a scarf.
Look at the bald guy. Is he just an actor?
It was literally,
He's like one of those people on Catfish when they
All right,
go
Mr. English,
into the cafe.
my understanding is that you are asking for the court to appoint an attorney. You're charged with violating an EPO with Donna Campbell. And I'm going to enter a no contact order that includes an order that you are not to possess weapons or consume drugs or alcohol while this case is
Good to see you,
pending.
monkey.
With regards to your request for an attorney, are you employed currently? Why not?
Currently, I'm looking for a job
When was the last time you worked?
a couple of months ago.
Do you have any expenses?
I'll give him
Who do you
$20
look
cash
like?
for this shirt right now.
I got you. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. Their phone number is right on that paper that you've got there. It says Public Defender's Office. And if you want to give them a call next week, they will be able to tell you who your attorney is going
Well,
to be.
if Judge Marable knew anything about
have
the
any
Boondocks,
questions?
he'd be
Oh,
thrilled.
he would lay in.
Have a good
Oh,
day.
young man.
Oh. November
Great
10th
shirt.
at 9 a.m. in this room, 302.
And what time was it again?
It is at 9 a.m.
Early.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My mom, she got a knee done. I got it for her. And she
What
only
are
went
these
there
two
once, and I got it
mutants
for
doing?
Carrie Jacks,
He's a weirdo, man.
164, 164.
Harry Jacks.
Great name.
Hi, Miss Jacks. All right, so it looks like we're going to pass these out to December 6th, hopefully for some payment on the old case and some proof on the new case. And it says that if you have not made payment by the next date, then you agree that you will stipulate or say,
Big
yep,
winner.
I violated my probation. Is that
Got
correct?
a big winner over here.
Just
Catcher?
won.
Anything else for
$10 in
today?
gas or merchandise out of Speedway. Uh-oh. Somebody's coming into view.
Hey, Mr. Wren.
Mr. Ren's trying to get a win on. He's on a streak.
Let me take court once they're written up. Then thank you. Deja Boyd.
She has a very weird way of pronouncing things. Yeja
And it
boy.
has been paying. She is present, actually. Who's, oh, Mr. Lynn wrote this up.
Oh, she got a good smoker
I'm
scoff there. Huh?
so sorry, Dolphins fan. What are we doing? Somebody take over the computer, knows what they're doing, please.
My God, it's 2:10. We got to go. God bless. Hey, I tell you, we're gonna wrap things up here shortly, but jump over here, see what's going on.
We can only go off of what we have in front of us, and I understand that, and he understands that. I do not believe that removing the bond that is currently in place and increasing that is warranted. Mr. Fields, Mr. Fields is already hurting financially, which is why what he claims got him into this situation.
Well, I guess he didn't know it's payday for YouTube today.
His channel doesn't get paid today.
Charges in front of you, and in furtherance that we're asking for $1,500 on the battery charge and $1,500 on the cruelty to children.
Oh.
He will.
Who cares that he's broke then?
Services.
Yeah.
He'll take the.
Let's do 15,000.
Family violence intervention classes, and you know, and the no contact. I guess he's okay with no contact. However, he states that he doesn't initiate contact. He's always the recipient of contact. So I don't know how the court wants.
Jets win one game and everybody goes crazy.
For the court to make sure that neither party contacts each other.
And Your Honor, just to state the obvious here, the previous pretrial bond was $3,000, and less than 5 months later, he's back reoffending with the same victim. So the state thinks his request is more than reasonable under these circumstances. Nothing further. And the pattern of violence is escalating from
She might as well say,
punching and
look here, Judge. Don't be stupid. It was 3,000 last time.
nothing further.
Thank you.
And he went out, did the same thing. Say,
Mr.
well,
Fields and Mr. Jerome, just some background information. The prior open case, 22 CR 000852G. The bond order was issued on February 19th, 2022. It was a $3,000 signature bond for pretrial services, and it expressly says no further contact with Diane Gondu, which means that under any circumstances, even if she initiates contact, it's very common sense knowledge that he cannot engage and he actually has to not respond to any contact from the victim. He's to stay away from her. He's not to communicate with her. The only contact that was allowed was a third-party transfer of any child or children that they share, which means that a third party has to communicate between the two of them with regards to transfer or visitation with regards to any child or children. Unfortunately, because of this new arrest, the $3,000 signature bond is revoked and converts to a $3,000 surety bond. And that's a matter that would have to be addressed before Judge Mather, if he chooses to do so. Which, by the way, he has a court date before Judge Mather on October 11, 2022. I don't know if that is Judge Mather's jail cases or non-jail cases. This is information for Mr. Jerome.
Thank you, T.
She sends money as she finds it.
So, given that, and given this current arrest, the Solicitor General's office is also under a duty to report this matter to the District Attorney's office to see if there is a possible charge for aggravated stalking for violation of a no further contact order. So
Dude's
that
POS,
is something
huh?
that the
Oh, yeah.
Solicitor General's office can take up if they choose to do so. Now, with regards to the cases before me, with regards to
Keeping
the
it.
battery, that's going to be a $2,500 cash bond.
No refunds.
With regards to the cruelty charge, that's going to be a $1,000 cash bond only. His total bond for the new case is $3,500. It is a cash bond only. The next court date is October 4, 2022. And Ms. Bridgewater, we will bring both cases forward for the SAP calendar, which is
I hope he can't get
current
out.
case as well as the other underlying companion case. And that's going to be on October 4th, 2022 at 9 a.m. for the SAP calendar if Mr. Fields does not make bond. Conditions to the bond, and I cannot explain this any clearer. No further contact with Diane Gondu, and the additional one is no further contact with any child or children that he shares with Miss Gondu. If he seeks to have any kind of, I'm a little uncertain.
Did she say the
if
bond
you are
amount?
Married,
$3,500.
they are
But
not.
instead of like,
then, Mr.
almost basically a
Fields
PR bond.
Follow legitimation action.
Now he has that's
to
got to be a
establish
cash
the
surety
personal
bond.
custody. Otherwise, he can go to Superior Court in a separation action to seek visitation of custody. I'm not certain which route because I don't know his marital status. But no further contact definitely at this time.
She
which
seems like a
means he
very
has to
thorough
stay
judge. I'll give her
200
that.
yards away from Miss Gondu.
She's
and the
explaining
children.
everything, but I hope he ends up staying in
Cannot
jail.
communicate with them in person through a third party. He cannot communicate with them through a cell phone, electronic device, through or social media. There's absolutely no contact. If they initiate contact, he is under a court order to refrain from responding to that contact and actually has to close it out. No alcohol, no drugs, no illegal drugs, no weapons and no firearms. And he is, if he does make bond, within 30 days.
At
of
what
being
point does he
released,
stand up and say,
he
"I don't
will
speak English"?
Enroll and start attending a 6-month domestic violence intervention program, a program that he will pay at his own expense.
Leave his ass in jail for 6 months and let people beat the hell out of him. He likes to put his
Oh,
hand
Your
on
Honor,
women and children.
All right. As far as the classes that he has to take, Your Honor, how long does he have to take those?
That's a 6 month. It's a domestic violence intervention program. You can consult with the Solicitor General's office or with pretrial services. It's normally you only have to go to a qualified program, and he would have to take the classes in person.
Okay. All right, Your Honor. No further questions.
You always know you got a good
Next
lawyer when he
October 4th,
jumps
if he
on
doesn't
Zoom
make
from his
bond, and he will
car.
address
Yeah.
both cases at the same time.
It's the cleanest place he could do it from.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
With a terrible connection.
Position 4, Mr. Cox.
Mr. Cox.
Yes, Your Honor, if I may, real quickly, Mr. Dye from position 7 is on here whenever you get a chance that he'd like to speak regarding the contacts for position 7, Jaleesa Lemons.
All right. Mr. Tavares Cox, we will be with you very shortly. Mr. Dye, please unmute. Please raise
Good
your
evening.
right hand.
Evening.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony provided will be the truth?
Over in
to
the
best
UK
of your
or something?
knowledge?
He just woke
Yes.
up.
Was
He
there an
doesn't realize.
altercation between you and Miss Lemon on September 17, 2022?
It was yes, but it was verbal.
Listen very carefully. Was there property damaged as a result of this altercation?
Yes.
Did you cause the damage?
No.
All
I'll
right.
pass
Now,
on the note, Dave.
why do you want contact with Miss Lemon?
I love her.
Oh,
Understood.
Great set of
Anything
tits here.
else?
Yes. I want to clear her name and make
I
sure
love a
everybody
crazy
understand that she's not really a violent person.
Crazy.
We both was going through
Bitch.
emotional state with our living situation.
Because
It
you're
just
so
caused
good.
a lot of stress, and one day it just boiled over. And it was something so small that we could have talked about.
It's just verbal, but somebody threw shit around the house.
Yeah. She didn't hit me. She just broke a bunch of our stuff, Your
The
Honor.
only thing I was trying to do was make sure I didn't end up in jail, and I wasn't trying to.
That didn't work out well.
Okay.
Well,
Understood.
she went to jail, so.
Ms. Ho, do you have a response?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on this and the fact that they have been together for 3 years now, Your Honor, this seemed to be an isolated incident for them. She has no history of violence. He does want contact. They do share this residence. So I would everything everything's
Thank you, Dallas
fine, but
Ellis.
we would like to have no further violent contact and her ability to stay there.
Ms.
And I would just object to that, Your Honor, given that this incident did occur because the defendant in this case said that she became angry. And given what the victim in this case has stated, their living situation is one in which can cause some anger to result. So we would think that it would be best for the no further contact.
True, she didn't walk into a
stay in
door,
place
I
at this
guess.
time, Your Honor, nothing further from the state.
Ms. Duncan, I have a couple more cases on this calendar where windows were broken. So I quite frankly do not recall what window was broken.
It was a
it
bird. We have one of those
apartment
windows where they
window?
can
Was
see
it a
through and
car
they just
window?
keep.
The documents indicate that there was an upstairs window broken as well as some glass.
Okay, thank you.
Usually when windows break.
Yeah,
And Mr. Dowd,
typically
you
that's what
rent
they're made
or own
of.
the property where the window was broken.
I rent the property, but it was no window broken at all.
I
Except
just
for that
asked
one
you who
broken
caused the
window.
damage, and you said it wasn't you.
No, it was a cup that was thrown out the window, not a window being broken.
Thrown across the room. Broke the window, went out.
All right, I'll let the
Thank
police.
God the window was open.
I'm going to maintain the same order, and I'll tell you what. When a case gets to a point of domestic violence and the police get involved, especially one that just occurred a few days ago, the decision as to whether we pursue the prosecution and as to whether we keep the parties involved separated until there's a sufficient cooling off time is a decision with the courts and with law enforcement, specifically the prosecution's office. And at this juncture, given how recent the events were, given the fact that the line was crossed and allegedly there was property damage, according
Allegedly,
to the sworn warrant of the police, the court is inclined to maintain the no further contact and the stay away. After 30 days or so, if the if Mr. Dye, you still believe that Miss Lemon is still that you still believe that
I call her
you feel
Lemon.
safe with her, Miss Hope
Lemon.
and this office can file a motion to have the bond order amended to allow her to return to the property and to have no further violent contact with you. But given the recent events and the allegations, especially involving the property damage, I believe the line has crossed. I do understand your feelings, but once your personal business is now court business, you put the matter within the jurisdiction of the court. Understood?
Yeah, I understand.
Whatever, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. The order remains as issued. Let's move on to Mr. Cox.
Miss Lemon will be over tonight.
She's there
I
now.
didn't know if she.
Quickly.
Mr. Dye, I'll be glad to explain things to you after this. Okay, I think I can probably cover everything you need.
Okay, thank you.
Case number 22 CR
right.
00639.
Watching Cox or Docs, whatever the last
Morris
name is.
Cox
there we are.
accused of battery
And I was waiting for something to
July
happen.
9th, 2022. Mr. Cox, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Ms.
That goes
Hope.
back.
Mr. Tucson, any prize? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was looking at something.
Okay.
Total.
Give me a damn minute.
Represent January for obstruction, possession of tools for the commission of a crime. He don't have any violence, but he's on probation. 2 counts of entering auto with intent to commit theft or a felony and theft by taking. That's 18 SC 156805. Possession of cocaine with intent. 18 SC 152.
Down to the ground, cocaine.
These
18 SCs, yeah. It's on the
SC 158873.
yes. And 158210. 156805.
So he has 2 open felony cases and 1 open probation case.
We got 3 bench warrants on here. I mean, they may be probations, but they hold either way.
Okay. All right. Ms. Duncan?
Yes, Your Honor, this incident did occur at 236 Merritts Avenue Northwest. Merritts is spelled Merritts. And it was apartment 301 In this instance, officers did arrive and they talked to the victim, in this case, Miss Jamaica Rogers, Jakema, Jakem.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rogers, common spelling.
Jamiroquai.
Officers that she had gotten in an altercation with her boyfriend.
That room was moving.
For 2 months. In this case, we have a concern about the risk of reoffense, Your Honor, as it is stated that they were in a relationship. We weren't able to make contact with the victim, and she did state that she did not want to prosecute. However, we have a concern about the risk of intimidation of this witness, given that the severity of the injuries alleged. Officers notated that she came outside crying profusely, and the blood was running so hard and fast that it was going down her face, onto her neck, into her shirt. And even though the victim doesn't want to prosecute, she did feel at the time it was necessary to go to the hospital to seek.
She's obviously on blood thinners.
Even though her story has changed.
She's just taking a bottle of aspirin.
There's no intimidation involved. We want to protect the safety of this victim. We also have a concern about this defendant's likelihood to respond to the legal process. As Your Honor has heard from pretrial, this defendant is no stranger to the legal process. And we do have some concerns about flight risk, given that he has those open bench warrants as well as the open felony cases. And while we understand he does not have any violent convictions, however, this
extremely thorough in this court.
Defendant is a severe risk.
They even called the snitch down there with the mask on, Howard.
Given this, this thing,
snitch him out, Howard.
Going towards a violent nature.
It's
and
bad news when you see it pop up.
Given that there was blood involved in injury. So we're going to be requesting a $4,500 surety bond. That the $4,000 good bond that he received back in January wasn't enough to keep him from violating the law. So we're going to $4,500. No further contact with Jakema Rogers. Stay away from that location. I believe that's her location. A one-day anger awareness, no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and no further violation of Georgia law.
Well, they said the lady's nose was bleeding. It could have had something to do with all that
cocaine.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Cox is 21 years old, Your Honor. He is a native Atlantan. He's been here all of his life. His entire family is here. His mother, his father, several sisters and brothers. He also has a child here, the 1-year-old child. So he has significant ties to the community here. He is not a flight risk. He is not leaving the state. He will be showing up for court, Your Honor. So we do not believe that in that regard that he is a flight risk whatsoever. As we said, he has significant here. He also works here. He works for Uber Eats right now. He was working for True Green. So, Your Honor, he also has a 12th grade education from Washington High School.
Wow.
So as far as that goes, he does have significant contacts. As far as his criminal history goes, as was pointed out, it's not a violent criminal history. He does have a theft and he does have a drugs, but he does not have a violent criminal history. My understanding also, Your Honor, is that
take the drugs away, he'll be violent.
Rogers do not live together. So they are not together right now, but they are seeing each other and would like to continue to be able to see each other. This incident happened over 2 months ago. And so, and since then they have been seeing
He's
each other.
changed in those
no incidents.
60 days.
Nothing. It's obviously more than sufficient time for any type of a cooling off.
Found the
process.
Lord, Yana.
And so while
He's
they're
cooled
not
off.
living together and have no intent on living together, they would like to see each other. At this time, Your Honor, we would be requesting a $2,000 surety bond, Your Honor. We do believe that's more than ample to secure his appearance at court, especially based on, well, he does have felonies, Your Honor. He doesn't have any violence. And given that he has a child that he is helping to support, and he'll also be in jail now for quite some time or for more time because he does have the probation hold. So we do believe that $2,000 surety bond is more than sufficient at this time.
Bond set at $1,500 is a surety bond. No further contact with Jakema.
She went down, didn't she?
Yeah, that's half of what it was last time.
At 236 Merritts Avenue.
Elizabeth talks a good game.
To the property. He would need to go there with a police officer the first time, one-time visit, to verify that she does not live there, and then he may be permitted to live at the property. His next court date is October 4th.
You're going to be gone for about an hour. This cop's coming by.
I gotta say, Elizabeth, I think is the best in the game as far as talking good about the bad. The dude's got felonies, but none of them are violent.
Yeah.
I mean, she just like blasted through that pretty good. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. We got a case Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock East. Appreciate you making it to this point. Don't forget, we're back We got a chase today, 405 East.
Wild Worman Wednesday, Creed. They're getting wild, they're getting crazy, and they're getting ready for you.
That could be taken in so many different ways. All right, we'll see you then for that. Thanks again. Thanks for the donos, the comments, the likes, all of it. Always appreciate you guys. And yeah, looking forward to Wild Berman Wednesday.
That's right. Until next time, follow the buzzards. By the way, there was a dead cat in my backyard this morning when I walked out. A full-grown dead cat.
Did you just pick it up, chuck it over the fence, or
No. I got a shovel and did it. Are you disgusting?